let's get into some headlines now, shall we? My name is Ifeemi Andrew. Remember to get on Facebook and join the conversation. Nigeria Info 92.3 PH. That is the handle. You can watch us and listen to us online. And importantly, you can drop your comments real time. As you know, I would be starting with comments from Facebook. So we're streaming live now. If you haven't followed us, go follow the page and watch us live. Also, don't forget to interact with other content you would find on the Nigeria Info page. On X, it is Nigeria Info PH. We'd also be taking your comments on X on the show this morning. As a matter of fact, I'm starting with both of those, Facebook and X. WhatsApp is 0809 030 6416. You heard the headlines, some of them, and you heard the news, but I'll just touch on some of the national dailies, and I'll start with them. Okay, let's look at what we have on the Punch newspaper. I mean, it's tradition now. It's almost tradition. CBN sells over $300 million to banks as Naira gains. 12 years after, Tinubu adopts Oranshaya reports, merges agencies. I saw that and it's fantastic. I mean, that report came during the Goodluck administration. Unfortunately, it wasn't implemented afterwards, but now there's an implementation. So we'll watch and see how effective and how well implemented that report would be. Still on the Punch, federal government to pay youth unemployment benefits, set up consumer credit program. This one is it's going to get a lot of people talking. Federal government to pay youth unemployment benefits, sets up consumer credit program. Okay, well, find details about that and how they intend to get the data to accomplish this. You can find that out. We also have on the Punch newspaper, police deploy anti-riot squad as NLC holds protests today. They say they are not backing down, and that is what the case is. So we expect the protest to kick off nationwide today. I'll be keeping you updated here on Nigeria Info with all of the development. So yes, just stay with us. On the Vanguard now, Tinubu reduces 263 MDAs to 161 as FEC adopts Oransaye's report. CJN to new Supreme Court justices, brace up for attacks by litigants. I think the judiciary would know that Nigerians most Nigerians have lost confidence in the judiciary, and the call now should be that the judiciary should not be turned into a shopping mall, and try to see how we can rebuild the confidence of Nigerians. But then again, you can't also blame the judiciary completely, because you have to work with the tools that you are given, which also brings us to looking at our constitution and trying to make that document even more effective and amend whatever needs to be amended. Hardship ahead. NLC rally protest rock Edo, Lagos, Osun. That happened, I think it was yesterday, if I'm not mistaken. Federal government announces 24-hour total closure of Third Mainland Bridge. All of that you would find on the Vanguard newspaper. Stampede Customs suspends distribution of rice. Of course, you would expect Stampede. 10,000 naira for a bag, auction price. Everybody's coming there, and they're doing same for cars. I think for cars it's 400,000 naira. Ibori to Tinubu, you've shown courage approving Lagos Port Harcourt Calabar Coastal Superhighway. All right, let's see how that goes. In the meantime, remember Facebook Nigeria Info 92.3 PH. I'm going to start with your comments on Facebook. I said that before, so let's go. Bakel Menegbo says, please keep your messages short. Until Abuja Court decides whether the judiciary remains inactive. Remember, the same suit was struck out a few months ago. We need peace. Is the TUC agitating for a personal minimum wage or the minimum wage? It's not their personal minimum wage now. They can't be. For workers, implementation of Oransaye's report at this time is a good one. NLC to continue protests after meeting ended in deadlock. It's a good one. Thank God Ability says, how did you rule Rivers State for 8 years? Oh, Chibike Amechi ruled for 8 years. This one week for 8 years too. I wonder what will stop Governor Sim. Ferdinand Uwodo says, good morning. We joke too much in this country. A country that doesn't know its population is talking about paying unemployed youth. My brother, I didn't want the person to begin to picket what was said. So it doesn't look like it's about being positive. Yes, we can question it, but the idea is laudable. But do we have the structure to implement that idea effectively? That's where the whole thing lies. The structure to implement that idea. Do we have a data of how many youths in Nigeria are unemployed? Then with where the economy is, how much is going to be unemployment benefit? What can it buy? A packet of noodles, super pack now, I hear it's close to 20k. So it's not even easy for students. Chicken change can no longer buy chicken. So what would be the amount for that benefit? Well, like I said, let's see how the government intends to go about it. Perhaps when they unveil the full plan, we get a better understanding. Odinakachi Woike says the implementation of the report is a good one, as it will help the government save more money to be used in developing other sectors of the economy. Skifu Piro on Facebook says, court, Skifu Piro, what's happening? Victor Ake, NLC to continue protest is a good one. Aleru Spief, good morning. Federal government to merge agencies, is that the solution to our suffering? Well, that will save reduce cost of governance. I mean, it's something that we've been preaching about. I think they can still do more, but let's say commend them for wanting to even implement this report. Although now we have to supervise how well the implementation would be carried out. This superhighway is a commendable one. We can't wait to see them start the project. If you hear me, what other tools does Supreme Court need apart from that's what I'm saying now? The Constitution is the tool, and we all are complaining that Constitution has in our local palace we say K-leg. Am I lying or not? So, but then that's what we still have to, and that's why people find their way around it and bend it however they want to bend it. Tinubu to merge MTAs. Meanwhile, his expanded ministries and ministers. King Boy Ayana Ogu says, good morning. Federal government to pay youth unemployment benefits. Wow, do we have data for unemployed youth? I asked the question earlier. I don't know if we do. This is another corruption in disguise. What's happening with the humanitarian thing? What's her name again? Better Edu case. Now, what's happening with that ministry? What's happening with it? We had the social program from that ministry. What's happening with that now? The school fees program for students, school fees loan program, how far? Justice Orinu says, I don't think anything is wrong with NLC's protest. The police has promised to provide security to protect them so it doesn't get hijacked by hoodlums. So why the fear? Mr. Chris says the best way Nigerians can escape from this hardship is to control the increase in dollar. We need to start producing. Seafood is expensive. We have to begin to look at what to do for agriculture. Simple. It's no other explanation now. I'm no scientist. I don't think I can't say I'm a genius, but at least I know. We have to start producing. We have from local governments to we have supervisors for agriculture in all the local governments. What agriculture are they supervising? Well, let them not say I'm the one that said it. Let's go to the phone lines. We start with Promise from Gokana. The numbers are 0817 923 0002, 0817 923 0002. You can also call 0817 923 0003. Promise is calling from Gokana. We'll start with you, Promise. Straight to the point, please. Good morning.
Yes, good morning.
You're welcome.
Yes, federal government proposed to pay the unemployed youth for starting to keep their life better or keep their life going. The issue is, one, it's a good idea if the right thing can be done. I have questioned the issue of national ID card. We talk about voter card, BVN. If Nigeria can have an integrated database system where every Nigerian who have an account, automatically that card serve as national ID card and a voter's card. You will see we will have a database there will be threat of fraud, where Nigerians from a particular segment of the country will not want to maybe expand their number or increase their number in voting units. And because you cannot have accurate data in voters card or national emergency number, if we can have a unified database where one single card can be used for voting, that card is national identity card, and at the same time serve in your bank, you will see that we can have this database that can serve. So I want all the federal government to use this opportunity to think of a unified database. Even if it took them 2 years
okay, promise.
Let them do it and get the result.
Thank you. Let's go to Rubo Lumeni now. Cookie Gam, good morning.
Andrew, good morning.
Yep, morning to you.
Andrew, take approve of emergency for some ministers and following each other. Andrew, is that our current problem now? That's not a problem now. One of the major problems is that the president should cut their expenses. 2, National Assembly should reduce the salary to 50%. That's a problem. How to bring the dollar down? That's a problem. How to make sure best transportation is here. There's no food in Nigeria. Nothing to be sure. Is that the tech? Is that the emergency? That's not a problem. A problem. Let them cut the expenses of the federal president down, not the emergency of the president. And for Rivers elders having served, having got added to serve, and Martin Awula and his friends, those also serving. Andrew, remember Justice Yogu in January, did not allow them to serve, did not entertain that matter. The matter was strike off. And remember, 3-4 years ago, Justice Yogu, all the judgment in the River State, all were nullified by court of appeal. All the judgment Yogu gave the River State, all of them were nullified by court of appeal. Just imagine this one now. The appeal court has granted them to serve Martin Awula. That was what they are praying before. He threw that case away. And when we live in River State, see what happened about this thing. But I want this case to be tested. Whether a man can defect from his party, where there's no problem. Want to test this case in River State? Let this one be a test case in Nigeria. And for Labour, we're going to go to strike. And I support that protest. So if they will go, it because all the people are dying hunger in Nigeria.
All right, Cookie Gam, thank you.
The people die in hunger.
Point made. Letan Barry from Bori, good morning.
Good morning, Ife Andrew.
Good morning to you.
Yes, let me look at where TUC is calling for review of new minimum wage. I think the TUC and NLC also came up with a particular amount, insisting that is the amount the federal government will look into and pay, which they talked about 1 million per each worker in the country. But I see that the FG also, the federal government also constituted a committee, and up till now we have not heard anything about what they come up with to say, okay, this is what we will pay. And now they are also coming up to say they want to pay unemployed youth in the country. If you may, I don't know why we always want to start what we cannot finish. You have not been able to handle those who work for you for years now, decades now. You've not been able to come up with variable amounts which the people are suffering. You've not been able to finish that one. You've come up with another one. Is it that fallacy? Is it what Nigeria built their statute on? How to be deceiving people and all that? Handle one. When you finish that one, we will know that you finish that one, you get to another one. Then we will know you are sincere to the people. You've not been able to handle the previous one. No, the country is going through a hard time with hike of food everywhere. You've not been able to set aside anything, and you're coming up with paying the youth which are unemployed, causing another problem again with tension in the country. Please.
All right, Letan Barry, thank you. Fidelis
to do this kind of thing.
Fidelis from Wimpy, thank you very much, Letan Barry. Fidelis from Wimpy, good morning.
Good morning.
Go ahead.
I'm Gole Fidelis. Yes, I want to say the federal government to pay unemployed youth some allowance. It is very laughable in this country. How come government was supposed to create employment instead of them to employ the youth? They are telling us now they want to be paying unemployed youth some allowance. It is very laughable. the federal government, they should create job. What we need is job. How can you just be paying some money to some set of persons that are looking for job? How long and how much are they going to pay the youth? So this is not the problem of this country. This is not what we want at this point. We are talking of dollar rate. We are talking of scarcity. We are talking of all difficulties, food price, and every other thing. So what I'm saying is, like, this current federal government has no agenda for the people of this country. Please, I'm not in support of that. They should think of job creation. They should employ the youth, not how much are they going to pay them. It is very, very annoying for them to say, I'm an unemployed youth, but how much are they going to pay me that will fit my request and my needs at this age? What I need is job.
All right, Fidelis, thank you very much. Let's go to Nkoro now. Ida on the line. Good morning.
Yeah, thank you very much, my lovely brother. Good morning.
Good morning.
I want to talk about Marvin's statement this morning. Yes, Marvin is right. Because other governors go for 8 years, and the golden governor of Rivers State, Excellence and Simple, but I want to do the same. And the assembly members, their case in court, I want to thank the elders. God should guide them and protect them. Give them money to follow up. Because there's already the from your party to another party, you have seats declare vacant. Yes, let them stop parading themselves as an assembly members. After court judgment, please, so that our unborn children will learn good things. Look at what the governor is doing for Rivers State. Everywhere is booming with projects, commissioning everywhere. And you talk about agric matter, although it's not in your headline. My local government chairman, I met him. Yes, he's doing something about it. He's a good man. That the local government will boom with agriculture and people eat very, very well. Has set everything in place. I believe in and I trust him. He has been doing it and he will do it. Thank you very much. God bless you.
All right, thank you. Thank you very much. George and Temple next. The agri you raised, because I believe if all the local government chairmen have been investing properly in agriculture in their local governments, not the type of investment they call political agricultural investments, that they share only stems. And no, I was reading something, I think it was, I can't remember the state in the north, was in Niger State or so, where the government had to bring machineries in and plow the lands and clear and share these lands and have the seedlings distributed. You have farmers take portions of the land, and then the machines are, so it's just for them to come and plant and do and harvest. And there's a whole mechanism around this. I don't know why. I've not seen. I don't know if you have seen. I have not seen any local government in Rivers State that, on a good scale, I'm not talking of just giving stems to farmers to go and then nobody knows how, like a structure, a proper structure in the local government for agriculture, even if it's only gari, it's only cassava that you focus on and you get everybody involved in that. Gary no go dey cost now. The numbers to call still 0817-923-0002, 0817-923-0003. Temple is in Rumomasi. Good morning, Temple.
Good morning, the very distinguished Femi. Very in this morning.
Very fine, thank you. Go ahead.
Yes, I think for me it's a welcome development. Government President Tinubu implementing the Orusaya report after 12 years, merging agencies, departments, and commissions. For me, it's indeed a welcome development. I believe this is geared towards saving costs for the government. But my worry is that we have to subsidies. We are also trying to save money for the government. At the end of the day, what are this money being used for the benefit of you and I and the rest Nigerians? Or are we going to be saving to also mismanage? At the end of the day, we are still on the same frying pan to fire where we left years ago. In the name of we are trying to, cut costs and save money for us. Where our more refineries, you talk about factories and companies that are still in state of comatose cannot be revived as a result of those monies that we are being saved. What are they doing with the money? So for me, it's a major concern to me as a person that after all this money they are saving, still we are still crying that these companies and refineries and factories are not working. So the government, for me, even though the drawing board is filled up, they need to get another drawing board. Let's see if doing something different, we'll get another, a different result altogether. But the very distinguished Femi Andrew, it baffles baffles me that people will draw support to Chief Barrister Ian Wike as a minister of FCT. But when people draw support to our governor, my governor, Governor Siminala Efubara, they are instigating, they are inciting. Does it make sense to us as a people that you want to support who you want to support, but when I support who I want to support, I'm causing crisis and I'm putting the state on rest? Then you begin to warn people. Then why not warn yourself first for coming out to support somebody also? Please, people should stop.
All right, Temple, thank you very much. Chima is in Ada, George. Let's go to Chima. Chima, good morning.
Good morning, Andrew.
Yes, go ahead.
Andrew, I don't react to federal government proposed wages for unemployed Nigerians.
Mm-hmm.
I think for me, I see it as a joke of the century in order to divert the attention of Nigeria to what actually we are asking for. You cannot propose this when you have other things lying fallow, and you are coming up with different wages. I think it will not work. It's not see the light of the day. We have seen this kind of thing happen in Nigeria before. You ask the question, how about Peter Edu that was alleged to have misappropriated funds for of our ministry? Where is that case? So all these things, it cannot work. Then on implementation of Orasanya report, what happened to 2014 confirm report that is still under lock and key? They proposed so many things over there, cutting down of the National Assembly to one house and all that. I mean, placing them on the part-time basis. You understand? So what happened to that report? So I think if we are doing something, we should do it very well. Something that is worth doing good, honestly.
All right,
so,
Chima, thank you.
Coming up with this report and all that, it will not. I don't think it's going to work.
All right, let's go to Buguma now. George, good morning.
Yes, Andrew, good morning to you.
Good morning to you.
I want to commend the NLC. And I want to say that this time they come out to tell Nigerians that they are going on protest. I think they stand gallantly and firmly to express their views and what Nigerians are going through, so that it will go around the entire world. And I also want to say that when Kenya went through what we are going through today, people willingly relinquish their position for things to go well in Kenya. So the ministry that have been emerged today, the point that was taken by the federal government as of yesterday, it should not end at that alone. The National Assembly also should do the same. At least the jumbo size of the National Assembly, ranging from the 360 something members to the green chamber, the red chamber, 109 members. I think they should also look at that, because we have a situation in this country where whenever it is they want to downsize, they just isolate the National Assembly. I am telling you, a situation where 25% of our national budget goes to National Assembly, and they are not even.
All right, George. Point made. Thank you very much. But we apologize. Have to move on now and take a few more messages on Facebook first. Kitoye Aaron says, please help me tell the government to create more jobs. How much does the government want to pay youths now that will sustain them? It's stipends. It's not. What can I say? It's stipends. It's just to put you on some little change to go by until you get a job. Ogo Ojene Justice says Labour shouldn't back down in their protest and subsequently do what? Subsequently total strike, because Tinubu has taken Nigerians for a ride for too long. Thank God Ability says Must NLC strike, demonstrate, or protest before their rights will be given to them? Adindu Wisdom says, good morning. If the Nigerian government is sincere in cutting cost of governance, they should start from reducing the number of senators and members of rep members and ministers. By so doing, we will know they are serious. On WhatsApp, some messages here coming in. 0809 030 6416 is the WhatsApp number. So you can join the God's Power. I think let's just start with your message. It says, good morning. Good morning. I'm trying to get your message up. God's Power. It says, good morning. To pay unemployed youths in Nigeria is laughable. Andrew, let me remind the federal government to pay the Empower loan money that they are owing. Okay. Destiny says it's better they create centers for training on AI and other tech skills, and the government should pay for this. TUC and NLC should be serious about themselves and give a realistic amount for minimum wage. The 1 million it's a proposal. It doesn't mean that it's what we would get. Negotiations would then follow. Kelechi says federal government to pay unemployed youths. Who are the youths? From which age? Because politicians will hijack it and teenagers will become youths. We should not go there. Confidence. You say federal government to pay unemployed youth. How? Do they have database of even the population of this country? Okay. Fidelis says the Rivers State lawmakers should try to reconcile with the governor to avoid their defection matter getting to the Supreme Court. There's more messages on WhatsApp, but we'll continue after we return from this commercial. Stay with us.
You are tuned in